So what is the Pad King Afterburner pad? What do you use it for? How do you use it? And what are the benefits that you're going to receive? Firstly, this is not a sanding disc, but it is a bonded fibre pad from a completely different industry altogether that is sort of like a hybrid between a sanding disc and a cutting and polishing pad. What do you use it for? Leveling orange peel or juicing orange peel, taking out dust nib sanding marks in one step and finishing by itself, or following with one foam and that's it after that. Hitting stains, bad shrink back marks on panels, and annihilating swirl marks that wool and microfiber may struggle with on a DA or a rotary with wool. It is literally the turbo boost. It's a turbo basically. It's bringing like turbo to DA cutting. You can use it on a rotary as well, and it will level even more on a rotary than it will on a DA. But if you want to be more progressive with your orange peel reduction and just want to take some down, you can use finishing polishes with it on a soft pad, on a soft paint, and actually remove 25% of orange peel, and that's it. You can use a compound with it on soft paint and remove more, and even soft, medium, and medium hardness paint you can you can reduce orange peel by a significant amount. How do you use it? Okay, so quite simply, get a 10mm sanding interface disc for the 3-inch or the 5-inch pad, put the pad on it, leave it on there for its entire lifespan, don't take it off again, just leave it there. Pull the actual interface off the machine rather than the pad. One drop of product, if you're going to use it on DA, one drop of product on the surface, make it into a circle the size of the pad like this. Put the pad down, DA, speed 1, 2 or 3, 15 to 45 second cycle, and you are done. Basically wipe off the residue, hit it with Windex and acetone in a spray bottle, wipe it, inspect it with your light. If you then have no marring, any defects at all, send it, which Paul Wiggins actually achieved in Sydney recently on a panel he painted at 7 PM one day, baked in the morning, and then basically did dust nib sanding in certain areas and then hit it with this, and it was perfect in one step. Or you're going to have some haze and you'll clean it up with a foam pad, or you'll have actually some very light pigtailing that will look bad, but you'll actually take it out super easy with a finishing foam and a polish. So basically, yeah, one drop with a rotary, and you'll probably be using a 1-inch bead. Pick it up on angle, cover your area, work it at speed 1 to maybe 2, you can go 3. It will generate a lot more heat on a rotary than it will on a DA. So obviously watch it, keep an eye on it. You can mist the pad with a bit of rinseless wash, work your area. If you start at say speed 2 or speed 2.5, do that for a couple of passes, go back to 2, 1.5, maybe 1, and then that's it, wipe it off, inspect it, and then follow up from there with a foam, and you will actually get a clarity that wool and foam cannot provide. The benefits to you, basically the benefits to you are that you can do what velvet can do, maybe what denim can do, without as much heat generation, with achieving a better finish than those often. It is somewhat easier to clean than a denim pad. It won't leave the marks like that can. Sometimes I've actually had really bad marks that are very deep, very hard to get out. I had to actually sand out from the denim, depending on the product that you use with it. But you do get, again, you can get a clarity that no other sort of 2-pad, 3-pad combination could achieve, and you can annihilate things that wool just can't do. So wool can do a lot and probably get close, but it just doesn't level like this. So it's really good for those bird crap etchings that are fairly reasonably fresh and not been there for ages. Your shrink back marks sometimes, your orange peel, you can reduce that down, and definitely, annihilate swirl marks on a panel when you just... So if you're struggling with a wool pad and a DA or a rotary and just can't get the defects out enough, and the paint's not rock hard, but it's just covered in marks, really heavy, and it's just not doing it, grab the Afterburner. It is the turbo boost for DA cutting and polishing. Now again, the lifespan is going to be somewhat like a sanding disc because it's a bonded fibre. When you first get it, it will feel like velvet, even though it isn't velvet. Once you can feel it, you feel it and you can't hear that sound anymore, and it just feels as slick as a button. That's when you know there's no fibres left, it isn't doing anything chuck it out, take it off the interface, put another one on, and go again. And as far as cleaning goes, treat it like a sanding disc. Do your area, finish it, spray the pad liberally with water. You can use a lot, or you can just use some. Give it a rub with a brush, or basically rub it by hand. Blow it with compressed air, or use a pad washer, and go again. I would highly recommend, normally though, spraying it fairly liberally, rubbing it by hand or using a brush quickly, that's not too coarse, and then basically having it on the DA machine or rotary, and just spinning it and blowing all that out. You might not get everything out, but it doesn't have to be absolutely perfectly clean. As long as you get a lot of that sort of glazed over white sort of build up out of most of this area, you're fine. If you get a little bit out here, and it's just a little bit of stuff, it shouldn't really be a problem. So yeah, it's just a very, very different material, and it is the first material that I've found that is definitely unlike anything else in the automotive detailing or marine detailing market at all. And I have many other ones that I'll be getting soon that are from a similar family to this. I have another one here which I'll show you, which I am not going to be doing. This is one of the other ones I had. This was the original Afterburner when I was testing it. But the problem is, with this version, it is, even with the flat version or this one with the white stuff in it, it is literally so hard that even if I glue this to basically recess a foam pad and put this inside of that, it still doesn't contour. It's just concrete. When I use it, you could literally do DA speed 1, 1500 grit sanding marks, move your machine from here to there, 1500 grit gone with a compound. No problem, easy. Problem was, when it worked, it was awesome and left no marring or very, very slight haze. When it worked used it on another panel or a different paint type, it left very nasty sort of like deep pigtails, and they were very hard to get out. So A, the fact that it couldn't contour to a panel very well, and B, the marks that it sometimes left in that were so hard to get out meant I didn't actually go ahead with it. So the Afterburner V2 ended up being the one that worked. So many failed, that one worked. So there you go, that is the Afterburner. It is literally the turbo boost of DA polishing that we've needed. And yeah, I highly recommend you try it. You may be surprised what it actually can do. And hey, we might even try it on glass and some other materials and see what it does as well. So if you want these, go to the padking.com.au, go to the shop now page or pad range page, and you can pick yours up. They're currently available on there singularly, but I will have them in a 10-pack soon. This is another one I actually tried too, which I actually glued to a foam, and it doesn't do anything. It feels like synthetic leather or something, but it doesn't do anything. So that didn't work. It works in their industry, but doesn't work in ours. So leave me to do all the research and development and the scouring of the world to find you guys revolutionary materials, and you keep doing your thing that you do best and making your money from it, and I'll focus on finding you stuff that hopefully eventually will help you guys to work smarter, faster, easier, and get better results.